day will break, I'm gonna sing again of your love. I'm feeling love.
Unfailing love. That's what Haya has for us. That's great is your faithfulness. Psalm 92, James Block. Yeah, luckily, you know how Yeshua warned us against the fake Jews, how it says in he told us in the book of Revelations, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, but they are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. And we know in our holy land, Ashamana, these imposters are there, mostly Zionist Jews. They don't even believe in Messiah. But that man I was just playing, I really like his music. I call them non-ethnic Messianic Jews. You know, that's the best way I can describe them. What time is it? 2:11. And it's the 1st of March on the Gregorian calendar. And I'm remembering to do it today, to get back on the Hebrew calendar, like I keep threatening, not threatening, but saying I will. 8th of Adar, 5783. The first book I read when Yeshua woke me up was a book called A Woman on the Edge of Time by Mage Pearsley. And I was just reminded of that today when I saw, I think it's Ephraim something, a video about how they're going to use technology against us. Let me just look up his name. He's really good. He doesn't believe I'm the tribe of Dan, bless him. He said I'm just a Gentile. But I'm going to comment because I've got something to tell him about the not McDonald's, Morgellons, you know, Ephraim 144. He's only got 8 subscribers, so maybe subscribe. Can't sort the name. Yeah, scary new technology can place you at any place in the world. We'll see. Okay, all right. You ready? Yeah, all right. So go ahead and roll that. Something technology. There he is. Bless him. But I'm pretty sure he accepts Gentiles because he was never rude to me, just expressing his opinion. And how can I blame him? Because when Yeshua was first saying, you actually, I'll tell you a deeper truth. Not only do you love me and you're a saint and you do anything for me, but you are actually a Hebrew heritage, Israelite tribe of Dan, the only pale-faced tribe. And the reason I want to speak to Ephraim and you again about the Morgellons, sorry, but it's getting boring. But it's the most crucial issue this year. It really is, because the tribe of Dan, in the Book of Revelations, we're not we don't have any. You know how the rest of you righteous Israelites have is it 12,000 each that make up the 144,000, and then there's a gate for you in the holy city Jerusalem, coming down from heaven, the new Jerusalem. So we don't care, you fake evil synagogue of Satan Jews. You know, you're in the old Jerusalem, we're going to have a brand new one. So Dan's not among the 144,000, but we are the main tribe with the honour and the quite hard work. But I shouldn't complain, there's people a lot worse off. At least I'm not in prison or mental hospital. I'm going through struggles, but I'm doing it from my own house. Oh yeah, present from Ghana, I'm going to show in a minute. Beautiful present, bracelet. So yeah, Morgellons, it's a death curse. I'm trying to keep this video short because today is Wednesday worship with Paul Wilbur. I'm not going to listen to Paul Wilbur. I might listen to 1 or 2 songs, but I'm not going to listen to his actual programme, you know. I'm going to just do my own thing. I just shared a song on my Facebook, then you know how you can write, and I just said, you know, I'm not really able to come on and fellowship and answer my messages and things. I just want to chill with the Most High, you know. This is from my friend in Ghana. He's made me a bracelet. Oh, this one's too small for me, I think. He asked me for the measurement of my. I'll give it to I have to give it to one of my grandchildren. That's the Irish tricolour flag. My father is from Ireland. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Glass beads. Oh, that fits perfectly. And another one. Oh, and this one's the prettiest. I think I'll save that for one of my granddaughters. Obviously, I better get some more of him. You know, because I don't want them arguing and saying, Nanny, how come she's got one and I haven't? You know what children are like. Your children, I mustn't talk about them too much. Just been back into drinking this. 60p a can in English money. That's about just over £0.5. And also, here's one little thing about the Proverbs 31 woman, as inspired by, as I'm sure a lot of us are. First of all, once you get with Christ, the Black Christ, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed this. You start noticing the coincidences. You get confirmations, you know. So Messiah was saying, you know, you've come really far. When I found you, you were in the gutter, you were a drug addict, and you had living boyfriends, like unlawful, you know, sexual relationships. Under God's laws, you're meant to just be married with one husband, you know, and a wife is meant to be submissive to the husband, you know. I've got no desire to date or to get married or any sexual desire. I'm 54, and just like Apostle Paul, I've been called to obviously people that are married and children that are growing up are also set apart, made holy, and we're actually the real Pharisees. That's the original meaning of the term Pharisee. And I think Elder Roja at GOCC, or Elder Laura, one of them also said this for someone else's channel I watch. Paul didn't say, I used to be a Pharisee. He said, I am a Pharisee, you know. So not all Pharisees are bad. The reason Messiah spoke out against the other Pharisees was that they were hypocrites and they neglected the proper things of the law, like feeding the poor and the orphans and the hungry and the oppressed in prison. And I do all of that, and GOCC do that as well. So what a Proverbs woman does is she keeps her house nice. The shelves are looking quite nice. I've got some nice new little things, ornaments. I've got my flowers because I like my house really beautiful now. I used to have a really ugly house, even dirtier than this, you know, and demons love that. But a Proverbs woman also tries to save money, doesn't she? Because even though I don't need it, well, I could do with some money today. I've run out of Coca-Cola. Tried to do an online order, but my bank card was declined, so I've obviously run out of money. A Proverbs woman keeps an eye on her money, doesn't she? She doesn't just spend on herself and others until she runs out. I shouldn't be laughing because it's not very funny. There could be a young sister watching and thinking, oh yeah, it's no big deal. But it is a big deal, you know. Say if my daughter or someone needed some food and I wasn't able to help her, or with one of you that knows me did, or that I ran out of food myself, or I had an unexpected bill and they said, oh, we're going to cut your electric off, you know, and I couldn't come on YouTube and listen to my music. So it is important. What's happened, I've not been able to get to log into my online banking to check for nearly 2 weeks now. You know how Satan is the god of this world. Obviously, little g, you know, little god of this world. But he does have he can interfere with things. And when you're a saint, and especially when you start to share your money, which the Bible clearly tells us to, any Christian with spare money that isn't sharing and thinks they're going on the rapture, you're deluded more than I am. When I had delusions of grandeur with schizophrenia, and I thought I was very magnificent and reincarnated. Obviously not, because the Bible says we are born once and then the judgment, you know. That yeah, if you think you're going on the rapture without sharing is caring. Even my grandchildren know that. That's from a children's cartoon. Sharing is caring. And don't start smoking. This is a special thing for the saints with Morgellons. You probably all tried with Dan, I imagine, you know. I've explained it in other videos. I just can't stop it. That's why I can't even come to church at the moment, even if my back wasn't hurting, you know. So yeah, so instead of buying a bean bag, I've just bought a bag of the beans, and then on Shein, SHEIN, where I'm getting all the extra little things for my house. They're very cheap, and then you normally get a discount as well. So, some people might think they're a bit tacky and belong in a teenager's bedroom, but once they're lit up and the lights are turned off and it's in the dark, they actually look quite nice, you know. So this is Yeshua is the bright and morning star. Satan was the morning star for a while, wasn't he? But then he fell. And this is the moon, or Cherika in Ethiopian language. I don't worship the moon, but she really reminds me of the one who created her. I think she's absolutely beautiful and she shines in the sky. And we know on the Hebrew calendar we set the new moon by the month. I found nearly 10 minutes, so I'm going to go. I just say I found a beautiful Hebrew blessing that you say on the full moon. It gives you like 2 or 3 days opportunity to say it, but it's not cloudy. Okay, so I'm going to go. When I get back in a couple of hours, I'm going to have my place tidied up. There we are, I'm getting stuck again. That's my pizza from last night. No wonder I've got no money. Oh yeah, and telephone banking. My new phone that I desperately needed. And Yeshaya said I can buy one. I bought cheaper than my budget, but it's still a good one. I read all the details on that. It's at charging, and the reason he blessed me with that was because my time for testifying to mostly Gentiles, mostly white Gentiles as well, the rebellious, lukewarm, that think that all they talk about is the rapture and leaving this wicked world. You don't look inside yourself to see the wickedness in you, you know. Some of these Israelites, especially the tribe of Judah, they're your ruling tribe. You've got no respect for them. And Paul says it in the Bible, and he was the apostle to the Gentiles, much like I'm not an apostle, but I've been called to minister to you, and I'm sick to death of you, and so is Yeshaya. Not all of you, obviously. Some of you white Gentiles are really, really nice, you know, and I thought I was one too, and I will always stick up for you, even though I'm not one of you anymore. Well, I do have a little bit of English blood, you know, against these ethnic Israelites that, unlike GOCC, say that no Gentiles are going to be in heaven, because we know that's a lie. Okay, 11:05 minutes. So I've broken my one resolve to stick to these 10-minute videos. Oh, did I say the date? That's, yeah, 8th of Adar 5783, and the 1st of March 2023 in the Gregorian calendar. One other thing about so I failed on that, but I've actually got my diary and I've got my phone number on it, and my diary has love on the front, but nothing inside. So I'm going to start that, and I got some encouragement. The Ruach HaKodesh, our Holy Mother, she'll use the matrix, the internet, to encourage you. I saw a brilliant short, and the man, Gentile man, I don't think he was even a Christian, you know, about this law of attraction. I always thought that was witchcraft, and I never thought it worked, because when you look at some of the, like Nigeria, the Nigerian Christians, what they go through, and you can't say, oh, it's all your own fault. You're thinking that into reality, you know, but yet there is truth in it, you know. But obviously Satan imposes things that they don't think about, you know. And so now I believe in the law of attraction, because we're made in the image of a higher, the great I am, our Holy Father, and we're creative beings, you know, created beings. We're created by him, but we are creative. And even these modern day science, which is nothing compared to the Hebrew, African, and even Irish science of a few thousand years ago, say that we only use 10 or 20% of our subconscious mind. And he said, if you write down your intentions every day, what they call it, affirmations, you'll get there. So I'm going to write down every day the things I want to do for the day, and then my short-term goals, one of which is to set up a food bank here from my house at Hestia Housing in the garden. I have only got a small flat. The other is to have a local Bible study here in my house once a week. And if people don't like the smoking, they can sit here on my sofa, and I'll sit on the chair by the window and have the heating on so they don't get cold. I live in Surbiton, that's KT5 postcode, and that's near Kingston upon Thames, the royal borough, because my father is a king of kings, and I am a princess, believe it or not. People might think that's strange, but I also think it's strange that Elizabeth was the Queen of England when she was so cruel, you know, like, not cruel, but I heard rumours that she's Illuminati and sacrificed children. I'm not going to talk about that, because we're not meant to speak rumours and things, you know, even against the non-believers. But she didn't consider the poor. She didn't tell the truth that Emet, and there's no way she's in heaven, you know. Sorry, British people, but that's the truth. Okay, so I'm going to go. Next time you see me, I'm hoping I'm going to have written in my diary, I've let Hebrew Harris know, obviously, that I'll say to him, let's just agree that you'll just say I'm a Gentile for now, you know. I don't want to get bogged down on people saying, come on, agree that I'm a Hebrew. The most important thing is that we love the Black Christ, isn't it? Although I'm delighted to find out my heritage, you know, it really made me happy, because I've always been interested in my Irish and Scottish ancestry. None of the rest of my family was. So that's 1422. And the other thing is, I'm going to have this sofa cleaned. I'm going to clean these 2 chairs that I use as tables, and I'll do that on shorts to encourage you and myself throughout the day. Okay, Ahaya Asha Ahaya, the great I am that I am, Yeshaya HaMashiach, the only begotten Son, our Saviour, and the Ruach HaKodesh, our Holy Mother, Spirit of Chokmah, wisdom and truth, Emet. Together they are one Elohim, Creator. They are a Chaz, whatever it is, always in perfect agreement, always in one accord. May our brethren be in perfect accord today. Let all our prayers, Ahaya, you say that whenever 2 or 3 are gathered together in Yeshua's name, to some called Jesus. We ask that they realise that it is wrong to call him by a pagan name, and he has many beautiful, pure, holy names. And the book of Hosea says this will come to pass. His name shall no longer be blasphemed among the Gentiles. We ask forgiveness for those who have not heard the good news and don't know any better. We ask that even if we are praying alone later, like I am, that you will treat us as one, and that we are bound by cords of love. Please break any soul ties and any cords to people that are not of you. By Yahshua, in Yeshua's name, Amen. And please provide for all our spiritual, physical, financial, emotional and social needs. May I have fellowship with someone on my Facebook chat tonight. Let's all have a good day. Ahaya bless you all. One international love. Ahav in Hebrew. Hopefully Kitten Whitepool will be on next time. And then you'll have a pretty black face that's fairy to look at. Not me in a dressing gown, the cat. Bye.